Hey everybody, Brian Kern here again for another guitar lesson. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all the subscribers. I sure really do appreciate it. Really am having a great time making these videos for you. So I'm glad to hear people are enjoying them. So keep watching. I'll keep making them. If you ever have any questions or suggestions for lessons, please feel free to reach out, hit me in the comments, or there's some other contact information as well in the description to this video. So feel free to reach out anytime. So today's lesson, you probably recognize that. Death Letter Blues by Son House. Wow, what an iconic song, and what a iconic legend of a player. There's not enough good things to say about Son House. You know, whether you talk about the blues or just American music in general, he is a true driving force and legend in modern music. So that being said, I'm not claiming that this version here is 100% accurate to Son House. I don't think anybody can play 100% accurate to Son House but Son House. I mean, he was that strong of a player and had that strong of a presence in music that he's just you just won't sound like him. Nobody will, in my opinion. But hey, what's to stop us from trying though, right? So today I'm going to break down that main riff that, you know, keeps coming back to throughout the whole song, keeps coming back to that main riff there. We're going to break that down today. We're in open G. For the sake of the lesson, I won't be discussing any slide technique. So if you're just getting going on slide, in the description is a link to my intro to slide lesson. I would suggest checking that out before you would attempt this, but that's up to you. But let's talk about the riff. First, we are in open G, so let's get tuned there. Pretty easy to do if you're not familiar. We take the 6th string down to a D, 5th string down to a G, 4th string stays at D, the G stays G, B stays B, and the 1st string goes down to a D. Open G. So yeah, let's dissect this lick. In my opinion, more than the riffs themselves going on, it's all in that rhythm. It's all in that strumming hand. And it's primarily made up of down, up, or and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. You know, you'll see how this breaks down here in a minute. But for your strumming hand, I think the best thing to do is do what feels natural to however you feel you should strum down. Strum down. That could be the thumb. You know, that doesn't make much sense to me, but hey, if it makes sense to you, go for it. I tend to use the tips of my fingers for the down strum. And if I'm not fretting anything with my fingers on the up strum, I use the top of my thumb. You know, but you could use your fingers going up too. It's really up to you. Just do what feels natural. You can also watch some of the footage of Son House playing and slow it down on YouTube, and you can analyze his right hand too to kind of help you decide what the best route for you is. I don't want to tell you exactly how to use your strumming hand, and I've never really tried to mimic Son House and try and play just like him as far as my strumming hand goes. So just kind of work that out for you. I'll give you some suggestions here during the lesson, but do what feels natural. I think that's the main thing. Now, to accomplish this lick, we are going to count through it. I think that is really important. I do know that sometimes if you're just starting out, it's hard sometimes to count and play at the same time. But I highly recommend for this riff to do that. So the lick itself starts on the 6th string of the 3rd fret, just fretting that one note. And you're actually getting under that with your thumb, snapping it. You don't have to be super aggressive, but you know, don't be shy. That is actually an upbeat or an and beat. It's a pickup note. So to play that note, it's good to count, but you don't want to just start there. You really want to get the feel of this rhythm. So count 1, 2, 3, 4. And I know it sounds silly, it's just one note, but trust me, it'll really help you get into the song. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And, okay? That's starting off our full straight measure of music. Now, I'm not certain I'm counting this exactly right. I never had any formal training in time signatures and things like that. So, but it seems for my students, it seems to work for them to really, you know, start getting into this song. So we're on to beat 1. That's your downstroke on the open G. So we went and 1. And it's really important. You might want to stop right there and just internalize that and just practice 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And just really internalize that. So we did our pickup note and we did the down strum at the beginning of the measure for beat 1. Now we're on the and of 1. That's where the slide comes in here on the 3rd fret, kind of sliding in. I try and get my finger to play the 3rd string as my first note. Kind of brush through it. You can get the 4th string even into the 5th string. But accuracy is not super duper important here. If you happen to just grab the 2nd string and brush the chord, no biggie, you know, but shoot for that 3rd string. You can work on your accuracy later. Right now, it's really, again, I think this song is all in the rhythm. So we have and, I'm coming up with my index finger here. 3rd fret is where my slide is. And again, I'll count you off a little bit. Maybe try to play with me. 3, 4, and 1. One more time. 3, 4. Okay, that brings us to beat 2. That's going to be a downstroke on the open G again. So, okay, I'm going to count that from the beginning. Try to play with me. I'll try and go a little slower even. 3, 4, okay, one more time. 3, 4, okay, so now that's bringing us to the and, or the upbeat of beat 2. That's where we come in with that stinging 5th fret snap. Okay, that is the slide on the 5th fret, 1st string. I'm getting under it. Somehow, sometimes you can see gets 2 or 3 fingers under it. I switch off between my middle and index. I don't really consciously think about. It's just I use them both. You can pick one or the other, but definitely want to get under it and snap it. That is the and of beat 2. So we would have okay. Let's try that together. I'll count you off again. 3, 4, okay. Now, beat 3, there is no strike on beat 3. If you've brought your hand up, allow it to fall back, but miss the instrument. If you've stayed down there or come out, just rest on beat 3. There's nothing there. So on the and of 3 is when we're going to come back up open. So that's and, 3 and. That's where we strum up. Beat 4 is down. So beat 3 is a rest. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. See that rest on beat 3? That's the main riff. So we're ending again on and of 3 up, 4 down. And if you remember from counting this off in the beginning, we count a full measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, and, right? And we happen to end the main riff on 3 and 4. That's repeating us right back into and again. And 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4. See, you can just practice that over and over and over and over again. You know, some people play it like this. That's not really you know, that's the same kind of feel, but that's not that's more walk and blues. You know, we want to get that snap. You know, those full chords, all those open strings, you know, like Son House is doing. And again, do what feels natural with the right hand. Again, you can analyze Son House online and watch him. You know, some of the video's grainy and his hand shakes a little bit, so it's kind of hard to sometimes see is when he goes down, does he flick the finger or is it the thumb or does he do it, you know, different each time? You know, do what feels natural to you. Again, like I said, trying to mimic Son House is you know, near impossible, if not impossible. I mean, the guy was just a force to be reckoned with, man. You know, and again, that doesn't mean we shouldn't try to sound like him. But you want to get into the essence of that song, and what I feel is that groove. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Back to the vocals, you know. Still all that, you know, it's that groove, you know. Anyway, I hope that helps you break down that first riff. You know, we'll get the rest of it, you know, in future lessons for sure. But take your time, count your way through it very slowly. Even again, if you're just doing and 1, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and, you know, break it down, you know, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, you know, if you need to do that, but play slow, try to count, and I really think that will help you get into the riff a little bit more. So we'll see you next time. I hope that was a good lesson for y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy it. And as usual, hit the like button, please subscribe, share me with your friends. We'll see you all next time. Thanks, guys.